Over the years, interviews have become a platform where celebrities reveal their personalities, opinions, and stories. But sometimes, the atmosphere can shift unexpectedly. Whether due to intrusive questions or disrespectful assumptions, certain interviews turn into unforgettable moments of tension. Today we'll take a closer look at 9 shocking interviews where celebrities lost their composure, and what we can learn from these situations. Past hope and determination, a former boxer's true perspective. In an emotionally charged interview, Mike Tyson, now 43 years old, expressed his frustration when asked about past mistakes. He emphasized that his past no longer reflected the person he had become, and that it was merely a part of his life's journey. With candidness, he shared that change is a process that takes time, and he did not want to be judged solely by the mistakes he made 15 to 20 years ago.
I was a young kid then. I'm 43 years old, right? You're still dwelling on something I said at 20 years old, or 21 years old, or 19 years old. I'm 43. What do you want to get from this interview?
I want to see how much
you've
changed, Mike. You're a different person now, aren't you?
I don't know if I am or not. I don't want to be the person I was, but I don't know. Change comes in time. Change comes really in time. You're irritating me now. I guess I did change because I'm not assailing you, but you're irritating me right now because I feel that you're evoking stuff from the past. That stuff is 15, 20 years ago.
The entire conversation not only reflected Tyson's maturity and life experiences, but also conveyed a message of resilience, hope, and the importance of looking toward the future, rather than being trapped by the shadows of the past. Robert Downey Jr. ends the interview with probing questions about his personal life and past views. In an interview, Robert Downey Jr. was asked about past remarks he had made, specifically a comment he gave to the New York Times after his incarceration. The interviewer attempted to delve into the meaning behind the statement, and questioned whether Downey's political views had shifted following his challenging experiences. However, Downey responded cautiously, explaining that statements made 5 to 7 years ago reflected his thoughts at the time, and didn't necessarily hold the same significance today.
Yeah, well, okay, well then let me just ask you a few more questions and you can answer them if you want to and not if you don't want to. I mean, well, I think we've got 3 more minutes on our agreement.
Your foot's starting to jump a little bit. You better get to your next question.
Further into Downey's personal life, including his relationship with his father and his struggles with substance abuse, Downey began to show visible discomfort. He interrupted the conversation, expressing his unwillingness to discuss these personal matters in detail. Ultimately, he politely but firmly ended the interview, signaling his dissatisfaction with its direction. This interaction highlighted the tension between the expectations of promoting an artistic project and the media's tendency to explore deeply personal topics, often pushing beyond the boundaries of a celebrity's comfort zone. Quentin Tarantino confronts aggressive paparazzi in heated exchange. In this tense and chaotic interaction, Quentin Tarantino finds himself at the center of an escalating confrontation with an aggressive paparazzi. The exchange begins with Tarantino repeatedly questioning, "What's going on here?" and demanding to know the paparazzo's intentions, growing visibly agitated as the individual continues to provoke him. Despite Tarantino's warnings to put that down and stop certain actions, the paparazzo remains defiant, taunting him and challenging, "Hit me and go first."
What's going on here?
How's it going, man? How are you?
What's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? Put that down. What's going on here? What are you doing? What are you doing? Can you not talk to me?
Just for the...
What are you doing?
Hey, don't do that, man.
Don't do that again.
But the tension and hostility between Tarantino and the paparazzi highlight the invasive nature of celebrity life and the restraint Tarantino demonstrates under public scrutiny. This moment serves as a stark reminder of the challenges celebrities face in maintaining their privacy and dignity in confrontational situations. During an interview, actor Tom Cruise encountered a funny situation when the interviewer accidentally confused him with a famous movie. The interviewer explained that she was missing her film class and that the class was watching and analyzing the movie American Beauty, famous for its rose petals. She was sure that Tom Cruise starred in that movie.
It's funny, I actually was just text messaging with a friend because I'm missing class right now.
You are?
And my film class. And it's so funny because they're watching American Beauty today and analyzing it.
American Beauty?
Mm-hmm.
What's funny about that?
You were in that.
No, I wasn't.
American Beauty?
Nope.
What's the one with the rose petals?
I'm not in that.
That's not you?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
Swear to God.
Am I just very confused?
I think you are.
I think I am. Okay.
Tom Cruise, mildly surprised, politely clarified that he was not in American Beauty. When the interviewer looked confused and continued to confirm, Tom Cruise remained calm and emphasized, "No, not really." The conversation continued as both realized the mistake, making the situation both humorous and memorable. Will Smith's shocking on-stage incident at the awards show. During a high-profile award ceremony, comedian Chris Rock made a joke referencing Jada Pinkett Smith, comparing her to the character from G.I. Jane due to her shaved head. The joke, while seemingly lighthearted, struck a nerve with Will Smith, Jada's husband. Initially appearing to laugh, Smith's demeanor changed as he walked onto the stage and slapped Rock in front of the audience.
Richard! Oh, wow! Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
As Smith returned to his seat, he loudly demanded, "Keep my wife's name out your cup mouth," repeating the phrase twice with visible anger. Rock, though momentarily stunned, composed himself and acknowledged the incident as an unexpected and shocking moment on live television, calling it the greatest night in the history of television. The altercation quickly became a viral moment, sparking debates about humor, boundaries, and public decorum. Jonah Hill's frustrated outburst during exhausting press interview. During a promotional interview, Jonah Hill, visibly exhausted and frustrated after a long day of press engagements, responded angrily to provocative and seemingly disrespectful questions. The interviewer began with remarks that seemed to downplay Jonah's career and made unflattering comparisons to his co-stars, which further aggravated the situation.
I just feel like I don't know what I'm just kind of not really in the mood to do this. We don't need this interview. We've done 20 interviews. It's not fun.
Sorry.
You know how badly I want to. No, you think it's funny? You think this is all a big joke? But this is what we're here. We don't need to be here. We're here to try and sell the movie. We're not here to be your friend. Don't laugh like you're my friend, okay? I would knock your teeth out of your dumb English skull if Michael. You know, no, I don't fucking calm me down, dude. Now we do this all day. I'm tired. I want to go home. I have other shit I want to do too. So I'll go over there and rip your hair out of your head if you don't shut up.
Jonah lashed out, questioning the interviewer's intent and professionalism, and expressed frustration about the repetitive and insensitive nature of questions he had faced throughout the day. He admitted to being irritable due to dietary restrictions and fatigue, leading to a series of heated exchanges where he threatened the interviewer in a fit of exasperation.
Okay, well, no, you. No, Jonah.
Despite the tension, another participant in the room attempted to defuse the situation, attributing Jonah's outburst to his exhaustion from back-to-back interviews. Conversation eventually shifted to unrelated questions about future projects, but the strained atmosphere lingered. Samuel L. Jackson addresses mistaken identity with humor and wit in interview. In a recent interview, Samuel L. Jackson encountered a surprising mix-up when the interviewer mistakenly attributed a Super Bowl commercial to him, confusing him with another actor, Lawrence Fishburne. Jackson, known for his sharp wit, pointed out the error, jesting that the interviewer was as confused as people on Twitter who often misidentify famous black actors.
Did you get a lot of reaction to that Super Bowl commercial?
What Super Bowl commercial?
Oh, you know what? My mistake.
He humorously remarked, "We don't all look alike," highlighting the common stereotype, before addressing the interviewer's role as an entertainment reporter, suggesting that knowing the difference between such prominent figures should be a basic requirement of the job. Despite the awkward moment, Jackson handled the situation with a blend of humor and assertiveness. Tasha Rain confronts inappropriate questions during uncomfortable interview. During an interview, actress Tasha Rain was questioned about her past viewing preferences. The interviewer misinterpreted her earlier statement about being restricted from watching violent movies, but being allowed to view mainstream films with implied sexual content. Tasha clarified her comment, emphasizing that it had been taken out of context.
Watch scary movies or shoot 'em up. She watched a lot of sex movies.
It's so funny. I didn't say those words. I said that I wasn't allowed to watch violence, but that, you know, if something sexual was implied in a mainstream movie, I could watch that. So nothing to do with that comment. But
okay. All right, and if we could stop for a second, I want to say to you, you have a very cute, soft, like a girly voice.
Thank you.
A lot of people say the reason people have girly voices is something bad happened to them at that age. Were you touched at an early age, or were you fine?
That's the creepiest question I've ever heard, and no, but it's so inappropriate, it's not even funny.
Well, I had a girlfriend once that talked like that, and it turned out 6 years old. It was horrible.
Ew, I don't want to talk about this.
Okay, we don't have to talk about that, but I do want to talk. Can we talk about the fact?
The conversation then took an inappropriate turn when the interviewer commented on her voice, describing it as girly and linking it to potential childhood trauma. Tasha, visibly uncomfortable, labeled the question as the most inappropriate she had ever heard. Despite her evident discomfort, the interviewer persisted with further intrusive questions, including ones about nudity and the adult film industry. Tasha maintained her composure but called out the interviewer for his lack of critical thinking and offensive remarks. The exchange highlighted the challenges celebrities like Tasha Rain face in maintaining professionalism during probing and inappropriate interviews. In an interview, actor and musician Jared Leto was asked whether he regretted a past Canadian interview that had gone viral. Jared firmly stated that he had no regrets and clarified the events leading to the situation, expressing his belief that he was unfairly criticized while the real cause of the incident was overlooked.
Well, no, what was weird about it was that I was vilified and not this cat. That's what I didn't understand. It's like, because, you know, the way they write about that incident, which is, first of all, I couldn't believe it was news. And the second thing is that supposedly I went on a rant, and I barely was audible.
You didn't say a word.
I was just kind of sitting there. I mean, you know, I went nuts and I was on drugs and all these things. It's like, no, that didn't happen.
Right.
You know, you didn't see what really happened. What happened went on before.
According to Jared, prior to the interview, he requested that the show's team refrain from introducing him as an Academy Award-winning actor with his band, and instead simply name the band, as he wanted the focus to be on the entire group. Although the production team initially agreed to his request, the host disregarded it and proceeded with the introduction. Jared had specifically asked them to avoid.
You know, and all I was saying was, I'll talk about whatever you want. I don't care. I don't mind talking about movies.
Mm-hmm. Rather than reacting aggressively or walking off set, Jared chose to answer the host's questions with unrelated responses, using humor to subtly express his dissatisfaction. He likened the situation to being deliberately provoked and responding in a polite yet firm manner. Jared also shared that he later encountered the host again, and the two made amends, allowing the matter to end on a peaceful note. These moments serve as a reminder that, despite their fame, celebrities are still human beings with feelings, boundaries, and rights to be respected. While their lives may be public, that does not mean they should lose their privacy. Insensitive questions or actions that cross boundaries show a failure to communicate and a disregard for their personal space. Celebrities have rights. So, despite their stardom, we should treat them with respect, sensitivity, and professionalism. Controversial events remind us of the importance of empathy and thoughtful communication. We must uphold ethical standards to protect the rights and dignity of all people, including the public.